So you're on this fat loss journey and you've been doing amazing the entire time, right? Until, somebody's birthday came around, your best friend, or actually your birthday came around and you started to loosen up a little bit. You started to wild out, you had more margaritas, you had some of the tacos, or you had that bread that they serve at the table. And now, once the weekend is over, you're trying to get back in a fat burning state. Okay, so today what we're gonna talk about are the 4 things that you can incorporate in your diet that's gonna help get your body back into a fat burning state that can ultimately offset a cheat meal. Okay, now with that being said, the best way for you to stop getting into a fat storing mode is for you to stop cheating in general, okay? But there are mechanisms or supplements in place that will kind of offset the damage, all right? So first things first, if you follow me, you already know I'm a big advocate of apple cider vinegar, all right? Why apple cider vinegar works. So what apple cider vinegar does, it lowers your postprandial insulin and glucose levels, okay? So just to give you some insight, when insulin is high in your body, and 9 times out of 10, the things that spikes insulin are refined carbohydrates, so not your vegetables for real. It's gonna be your rice, it's gonna be your potatoes with the butter and the bacon on it, right? Or it's gonna be the bread that they just served, or your margaritas, all right? Now when insulin is high, that means that your body's literally unable to start tapping to its own body fat, okay? So keep that in mind. When insulin is high, your body has no access to its own body fat storage, okay? But because sugar is in the system, or glucose, right? Your body's trying to dispose of this. And what's gonna happen is insulin literally tells your body or cells to pull it in, okay? So basically the glucose is gonna be stored inside your muscles, your fat tissue, or your adipose tissue in your liver, all right? And what apple cider vinegar does, it literally lowers your postprandial glucose and insulin, which means what? You're gonna get into a fat burning state faster than if you decided not to drink it whatsoever, okay? So if you would like to try this, you want to try at least about a tablespoon to 3 tablespoons a day, okay? But the best time to have it is right after cheat meal, okay? That's what I've been doing. Tip number 2, chromium. Now, chromium is a mineral that you can basically get at a vitamin shop or GNC, okay? And what it basically allows your body to do is utilize glucose better, which means what? So every cell has receptors on it called GLUT4. And the whole purpose of these cells, or the mechanisms on the cells, is to literally bring glucose inside the cell, all right? Now, the more glucose that is in your system, or the more sugar that's in your system, your body's more liable to store this as what? Body fat, okay? So your body doesn't want this to happen. So if you're taking chromium, right, not only is it gonna activate more GLUT4 receptors, which is, once again, it's like a net, okay? So it's catching all the glucose that's in the system. It's also gonna create more GLUT4 receptors in the cell, which means what? It's able to literally get and bring in more glucose than it was supposed to, all right? So you can incorporate chromium and you can incorporate apple cider vinegar, and that's gonna basically allow your body to control blood sugar levels better, all right? Tip number 3, cinnamon. Kind of has the same components as chromium. It literally allows your body to literally bring in sugar better. It allows your body to control glucose a little bit better. And it's something that you could just kind of add in, but it don't have the same amount of effect as something like apple cider vinegar. But you could try cinnamon, and once again, you could have cinnamon. It's better more before the window versus you having it after, such as apple cider vinegar, okay? Chromium, you're able to take that literally any time of the day, but it's preferred to have chromium literally before your window as well. Last but not least, what I want you to incorporate is berberine, okay? Now, berberine is a phytonutrient that basically is provided by plants. And what this allows you to do, it literally lowers blood sugar and insulin as well. So it kind of got the same effect as apple cider vinegar, okay? Now, berberine, you gotta be very careful of, okay? Because if you're already someone, let's say you're in a fasted state, right? And you take some berberine, and let's say you decide to work out. So because you're working out, your body's gonna wanna utilize glucose. If you take berberine, you can start to become hypoglycemic and you're gonna start getting dizzy, long story short, okay? But ultimately, you can have berberine before your window and after a cheat meal, and it's preferred after cheat meals such as apple cider vinegar, okay? But if you are basically paying attention to what you're doing throughout the day, you can have berberine. You just gotta understand and see how your body, reacts to it within itself. okay? So once again, the best things to take before you have the cheat meal will be chromium and it will be cinnamon, okay? The best things to take outside or after your cheat meal is apple cider vinegar and berberine, okay? And you can find berberine in a vitamin shop or a GNC as well, okay? And last but not least, apple cider vinegar, you could take apple cider vinegar literally anytime you desire, and that's literally the best one out of all four, okay? Hopefully y'all learned something today, and that's your reset tip of the day. It's gonna help you stay snatched all the time, not only in the summertime. Make sure y'all stop cheating, all right? But if you do decide to cheat, go ahead and incorporate one of these things into your diet, all right? Talk to y'all soon.